Hello, everybody, and welcome to Political Science 1018, Introduction to American Government and Politics. I am your instructor, Dr. Dirk Horn, and welcome to the summer school class. This will be a quick 5-week class, so make sure you stay pace with the course content and the course schedule. But many students, most students, almost all students that have taken this class during summer school have passed it with flying colors with no problems at all, right? So I wanted to do this video to introduce myself a little bit, right? I am a Bakersfield boy, born and raised. I went off to UC Irvine to obtain my PhD. I'm a graduate of CSUB for my undergraduate degree. I came back when a job opened up in fall 2017 on campus here at CSUB, and I came back to become a full-time instructor here on campus, right? I've taught this class every summer since 2018. And I've developed the class and tweaked it as the summers go on. So you guys are the beneficiaries of having a class that's already basically worked out and ready to go, right? In this class, there are a couple assignments that you need to do each week, which I want to talk about a little bit about here. I went over them mostly in depth in the navigation video, so please watch that if you haven't watched that already. But essentially, you have 3 things you need to complete each week. You have to complete the weekly discussion forum, right? Your initial forum post needs to be posted by Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. every week, and then 2 follow-up posts by Saturday, 11:59 p.m. each week, right? Your second major assignment each week are your chapter activities, right? There are 3 chapter activities for each chapter that you are assigned. These chapter activities are very quick and easy, right? You shouldn't be spending much time on these at all. So you should breeze through these. These are assignments that integrate some of the topics, theories, and formulas and approaches that we discuss in American government to real life events, right? And these are real life events that are happening now or has happened in the last couple of years, not decade, 10, 20, 30 years ago, older, right? So make sure that you knock out these chapter activities. These are an easy A, and they'll help you bump that grade up to a passing grade. Make sure you get those done every week, right? The third assignments that you have to complete each week are inquisitive assignments. I talked in depth about inquisitive assignments in the navigation video. For each chapter that you're assigned an inquisitive assignment, and these inquisitive assignments help you learn the material without really digesting the reading, right? I'm not naive to think that most of you will not do the reading. Therefore, these inquisitive assignments help you learn that material without having to actually read, right? If you complete the first couple inquisitive assignments in week number 2 and you realize that you are falling well behind in the number of points that you need to successfully complete these assignments each week, please start doing the reading prior to the inquisitive assignments. But if you're coming out of high school and you've had government in the last couple of years, you could probably knock these out without having to do the reading, right? Like I said in the navigation video, some of you may be able to pass this class with flying colors without doing the reading. Some of you may have to do the reading. I'm going to leave that up to you. If you need guidance on that, please stop in my office hours. Shoot me an email. I'm happy to help you figure out whether or not you need to do the reading each week, right? But if you're having trouble in the class, the short of it is you probably need to do the reading, right? So those are your main 3 assignments every week. You will have a midterm exam and a final exam in this class. The midterm exam will be live during week number 3. And a study guide is provided so you know what's going to be on the midterm before. You also have the whole week to complete the midterm, so you can't start it on Monday and then finish it on Friday. Once you start it, you only have 70 minutes to complete it, but you can essentially do it on Monday, do it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, etc., right? So once you start it, you have 70 minutes to complete it, but you have the whole week to complete it, right? Also, you have 2 attempts at the midterm. So say you get done with the midterm and you don't like your grade, you have another attempt to complete the midterm. As long as you get both attempts done by Saturday, 11:59 p.m. on exam week, then I will take the highest score. So say you end up getting the highest score the first time, you got lower the second time, you won't be penalized. I will only take the highest score. So you're not penalized for trying to raise your grade, right? Similarly with the final exam, you'll have a whole week to complete the final exam, actually a little over a week because I'm opening up before final exam week because of summer school. So you'll have about a week and a half to complete it. You'll get 2 attempts. The final exam is not cumulative. I put that on the syllabus that it is, but most often than not, there's enough activity and participation in the class in the discussion forums that I basically do you guys a favor and make it not cumulative, right? And that's what's going to happen here unless there's no participation at all. But that doesn't happen because you guys get graded on discussion forum participation. So most everybody will participate in those discussion forums. Have fun in the class, right? Uh, engage in the topics that are in discussion forums. Engage in the topics that are in the chapter activities, right? This is a class you can use your mental muscle and engage in topics about politics and government that you may have been floating around in in social media posts or conversations with your friends, but bring those to your fellow classmates. Bring them to my attention, and let's have a good conversation about some of those things, right? So that's about it. You have your 3 weekly assignments, your forums, your inquisitive assignments, your chapter activities, right? And then you have a midterm and a final. The midterm and the final, like I said, you get 2 attempts. You get a whole week to complete the exam, right? There's a study guide for both the midterm and the final exam, so make sure you complete the study guide. And then I'm happy to meet with you in office hours or outside of office hours to go over questions you have about the study guide that you couldn't find in the lectures and the readings, right? Also about the midterm, there is an optional makeup paper. So say you totally bombed the midterm, don't worry, you can write a paper to replace that grade, and I'll go over that after the midterm exam, right? As I mentioned in the navigation video, I tend to apply a curve to this class, both not only in summer, but during the regular academic school year. But I often find that most students don't need a curve applied because they fully pass the class on their own. So we'll talk about the curve as the class comes to closer to an end to see how everybody's doing. But my last 2 summers of teaching the class, I haven't had to apply the curve because everybody passed no problem, right? If there tends to be some political events, and that might be happening because the country's starting to open up a little bit, then I will assign those as extra credit. So keep an eye out for those. I will also send you weekly announcement reminders to complete the discussion forum, complete your chapter activities, complete your inquisitive, right? Make sure you complete the midterm, the final. So I'm not going to just leave you guys out there to hang. I want to make sure everybody passes the class. You might have heard that about me on campus. I make sure that my students can pass the class. This is a gen ed class. I'm not naive to think that all of you are political science majors. So I will do my best to make sure everybody gets out of here with this class knocked off their checklist, right? That's about it for the introduction video. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I will be having office hours later this week on Tuesday and Thursday, so drop on on those, and you'll look out for a Zoom link in the coming days, right? That is it for me. I am excited about this class. I'm looking forward to working with you all, and I hope that you all have a great summer, and I will be checking in with you next week. Have a good week and a weekend.